Hi, and thanks everyone for coming to this week's meeting. We're going to make it a short meeting. Bante has an event starting soon, and I don't think there's too much going on. Darren set up Trello for us, which looks like it's going to be a nice way to keep track of projects and who's doing what, so that we don't have so much confusion over, where things lie. So thank you very much for setting that up, Darren. It wasn't clear to me how to invite other people to it, but I didn't have too much time to look it over. I'll have a little more time actually after this meeting to look it over and invite everyone. But you said there's no cost for this as it stands, using it in a free format?
Sure, yeah, there's no cost to us. There is a paid for version, but it makes it really, really expensive because it's something like $8 per user per month. But you don't really lose much functionality in the free one. Just a little bit of security things you get with the paid for version. So, for example, we can't make boards read-only to people. So anyone who can view a board can move stuff around and make amendments. But I think that's fine. It's only a small group, so I think we'll be okay with that. And there were a couple of other things, but yeah, it didn't seem worth paying for the full version, and the free one was quite good.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yeah, I'll have a little time after this meeting to figure out how to invite people to it and get that all put together. Some people had asked if that was replacing Slack, and I don't think so. It seems to be just more of a keeping track of tasks. But
Sure.
would we think we would keep Slack as well for general messaging back and forth and use this in addition to Slack?
Yeah, my suggestion would be I think we use this anytime we need to do anything. It probably makes sense to put this onto the Trello board, but comment on the tasks actually in Trello, so we keep track of each particular task, what's going on, but then Slack for any kind of general kind of communication, I think.
Sure. Just planning, and then once the plans are in place, we move it over to Trello
Sure.
to track it. Sounds good. Monte, before you go, do you what sort of things might be needed at the Monastery and Meditation Center this week?
I need a ride to Toronto, but apart
That's
from that,
on Wednesday, right?
yeah. No, I think we're good.
Okay. Did you
We need another floor lamp, I think. Not enough light in the
Okay.
living room.
a floor lamp? Anything in particular?
No,
Any sort of a floor lamp?
maybe something tall.
Okay. And you're all set for your event today? Everything finally arrived? And
Oh, it's in about an hour, so we're
Okay.
set it's going to be.
Okay.
We need some coat hangers, so maybe that's something to put on the list.
Sure. Definitely. Would it be of any help if I kind of went through Amazon and sent some suggestions to you to put on the wish list for things like the floor lamp and coat hanger?
Yeah.
Would that work out okay? We can do that. Okay. And I know, Tina, you had some questions on the rope that you're lining.
Yeah, I have a question. Well, Pande need when I receive the rope, Pande need to draw illustration to explain to me how it needs to be fixed. I know I need to unthread one side that already been sewed, and also move the loop to another side.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and about the outer rope, to put a wool in it, to put a layer of wool is is your previous outer row just sew on it, or there's other way to prevent the wool shrinking? Because if the wool shrink,
Yeah.
it
No, it's okay. You don't worry about
pulls.
it.
Huh?
I wouldn't worry about it.
So just sew on it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It'll be
it
pretty good.
covers.
See, my
Sorry.
old one is a thinner robe. This one is actually a thinner cotton. It's not the thick cotton. Thin cotton with the wool. So it's going to be pretty thick. Heavy too.
Too heavy? Too thick?
Yeah, maybe.
So usually the rope is 1 layer or 2 layers.
One there.
1 layer.
But there's different thicknesses of. I mean, some are like sheets and some are like jeans.
Oh, only the thickness difference
Yeah.
of the fabric, but
It's a whole
not
different kind.
the.
Like these are muslin or mislin,
Uh-huh.
and the other one are jean material.
Okay. So the one you sent me is muslin?
No, jean.
Jean. Okay. So it will cover the whole area. I mean, the wool will cover the whole area of the rope, right? The same size. Okay. That's good to know. Yeah.
You have to cut little holes in it for the parts, or find some way to have. There's something that has to stick through, but you'll see that on the inside. I think there's 2 places that you have to probably cut little holes.
Oh, I'll see it when I receive it, right?
Yeah, otherwise you'll be covering these things up. You want to have them poke through. But we can talk when you get it.
Okay. I cannot.
By next week it should be there.
Okay.
Okay. If there's nothing else, Bante, if you need to go, we can just continue on for a little bit.
Okay, thanks guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
So, one thing that I had meant to do and I had completely forgotten, so I'll just mention it again, and I'll put it in Facebook and Slack, is we're just looking for someone to kind of look into real estate listings in the Hamilton area. The house where the monastery is apparently for sale. The landlords have, talked about bringing people in or brought people in to look to see if someone wants to buy it. So while I believe we have the opportunity to continue the lease through the end of the lease, which would be through the end of August, it may not be available after August. So that's, we have a little bit of time. But if there's someone with an interest in real estate, checking out online listings and becoming familiar with, maybe the different sorts of things that are available, that would be really helpful. So when the time comes, when this house was rented, it was rented, very quickly. We didn't really have a lot of background on general prices, which areas of town are maybe a little more affordable or less affordable. So if there was anyone who was interested in that, that would definitely help. So I'll put something on Facebook and Slack too. See if we can get a real estate enthusiast to just become familiar with the area and be a good resource for when the time comes.
I think the location of current place is very good. It's close to the post office and all kinds of shop and a place to eat and close to school.
Yeah.
The location is pretty good.
Yeah, it's close by, but still it's really hard to find something. I don't know, like I tried to find caribou, right? So I don't know. I talked yesterday. 5, 6, almost all health store or Hamilton downtown. They don't have two, but they have powder. what that Robin sent us. So and one store close by, they had a granola bar like with caribou. So somehow I don't know the location. So do we need to find a location close by McMaster? Is it?
I mean, that will, of course, be up to Bante, but he is enrolled in classes for the spring semester. And, at one point he had been talking about perhaps not returning to school for the spring, but he is. He did decide to return to school for the spring, and things seem to be going well with that. So I think we would be looking in the general area of McMaster. And I agree with Gina, the current location, it's nice. It has a lot of nice features and nice location. But if they sell it and the new landlord wants to move in or use it for his own purposes, we just won't have a choice.
Yeah.
So it would be great.
Even though, like, I mean, Gina, like, still, I don't feel like, I mean, let's say if international people need to order food, this is still we couldn't figure out anything. But I'm in general, in terms of ordering food. Other than that, that's fine. Everything is good. If it's close, sorry.
I mean, if compared to like downtown, the busiest place, it might be convenient to order things, but it's not as quiet. For like a place to meditate.
Yeah, like Tina, like I've been to downtown is usually a couple of times every week. Here downtown, it's not busy actually. It's like totally different. This downtown is nothing much going on. Like just like a village actually. There's stores, a couple of, but even a lot of stores they close like around 6, 7, and then it's quiet actually. Quiet mean like even in the heart, like it's not big traffic and so on. Hamilton downtown is like it's nothing basically downtown. Even this.
Hamilton is not Toronto. That's what you're telling us.
Yeah, like, and then it's nothing actually. We not only me, I met a couple of people too. They was talking. It's like a downtown, but it's old city, and everything in place. There are a couple of big buildings, but no much, nothing, no more activities. Even though, like, no more, all silence. I mean, even Bante need to. Sorry.
There are a couple requirement we need to consider. We need to think about it. If we find something further from school, we need to think about if it's easy for Bande to take a bus and how long, and where is it convenient for Bande to get food?
Oh yeah. So in terms, what my point is, I think.
Oh, okay.
Sorry
to interrupt. I just think the location has to be in a quiet location as well, because I don't think Bante would like a monastery in like a sort of a town or by the shops, or because
the current location is right by shops, though. It's pretty urban where they are right now.
Yeah, in the future, Robin.
Hamilton overall is pretty quiet of a place. If I could, I want to mention another thing is that we should add to the list number of bathrooms. This current place only has one.
Yeah.
Actually, we can talk about actually what would be like the new place. I have planned a bunch of. I think the biggest thing is, if we cook something, that smell is all around the area, like, the meditation room. I think couple of you guys seen the area, right? So that smell is there, and then it's pretty hard to control that thing. Then we are literally not cooking once in a while, but we cannot breathe that then, and then so we cannot keep open the doors and so on all the time, So that's the kind of thing. I think But I mean, the location-wise, I'm still thinking. I think number one is the food. Not the distance. Let's say even ban. I don't know, like from here to McMaster, for a bus, like let's say 5 to 10 minutes. But from Hamilton downtown, not really downtown. What I'm saying, like close by somewhere, international people can order food. The location close by downtown. I think from downtown to McMaster's take maybe 20 minutes,
About
20 minutes. Yeah.
So that makes it a little harder for people at the university, because right now,
Oh.
the Buddhism Association, they are, I believe, occasionally going to the monastery, and like the event today, I believe it's an event that started at McMaster, I believe. So it's fairly convenient for people to transport from the, even be able to walk.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, my concern is like in terms of food, we cannot. There's no location around here to international people can order. I'm not sure actually even downtown too. Then before that, I had to do a survey, finding whether they have either they are is restaurant or whatever. Do they accept international credit card or somehow like kind of mechanism? Of course, because even Hamilton downtown too, I'm not sure. Really. Not really downtown. I mean close by, very and then think we need to think about in terms of about food kind of thing. Basically, like we cannot right now. I mean, one meditator, right? I'm not sure me can support for if we have 2-3 meditators. I'm just guessing because what I feel she's busy. But she all the time, she called me, and yesterday too she called me and said, oh, what about Bante food? I will bring food Saturday, and then so on. She brought food for Bante and meditator too. But we cannot rely on me too, right? No, because it's not good thing, right? I mean,
does May
not rely mean, sorry?
Does May live nearby the monastery?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Does May live nearby the monastery where you're located now?
Nearby?
Does she live nearby?
Not nearby. I guess she drive like 20 or that's what she said. I think 20 minutes. I guess.
Okay.
Driving.
Okay.
But she's busy somehow. I think she's running around like for kids somehow different. So, but she somehow managed to prepare and then bring the thing. That's not a problem. But the thing is, I mean, if we have 2-3 meditators, like she need to spend money for food, preparation. That's the. So we need to find some. I mean, find mean like we need to see some other local people, those who are happy to giving them a message like yeah. It's a good thing to support for meditators, take care of them, like providing food. Maybe Samantha also, I think Samantha is talking with people, chatting with people through social media, right? I think I heard like a couple of people show up. Yeah, a couple of people show up. But the thing is,
I think some of them came on a Saturday and Bante wasn't there. Someone called Elaine or something.
Oh, was that recent?
I think recent, Robin, yeah.
Last Saturday, okay.
Yeah, so like the thing is like these people, they don't know really we have a kind of hard time like, finding food and so on. A hard time in general like because I mean they know they like maybe they like to support for something, but if let's say if they bring some, but we cannot ask them, but they can imply them like say we happy to have some food donations, like prepared food, could be frozen. But Martina was asking about how about frozen food working. Like, yeah, it's working for a meditator right now, but there was a meditator, it doesn't work out that much.
Right.
Then, in case, because I couldn't ask too, like I'm not going to ask, oh, okay, but I'm generally asking some time, like, oh, how about your food, and in general.
But that's a
They
very
usually say, okay. Sure.
That's a very good point that Samantha had made, that last Saturday a couple people came, and for the Day of Mindfulness, was that what they came for, Samantha, the Meetup Day of Mindfulness?
I think so, or just to meet Bante or something. I think it was Elaine, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she'd been planning on going for a while, and I guess she finally got there and there. So we'll have to figure out a way that when he's not going to be there on Saturday, that gets communicated so that the a meetup event can be updated.
Okay.
Yeah, we just need a way to update that, because that's the sort of thing that's going to make it very hard to build the community relations and get support from the local community if people go and if the event is still in place, it doesn't get canceled, and then they go and it's not going on. So yeah, we'll check with Bante to just make sure that he gives heads up when he's not going to be there on Saturday.
Because I could then send individual messages to the people that plan to come to the Day of Mindfulness. Yeah.
Yeah, and the meetup group is growing. It's the last time I checked, it was like 26 people or so. There's
28 now, Robin.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so it's doing well.
Having a sneaky fit over here. Oh my goodness. Poor dog. But yeah, there's up to like 28 people, which is good. So eventually, and I had gotten an email from Meetup. Samantha, hopefully you get these as well. It said something about like you're at the 3-month point, and the 3-month point is very often when groups begin to take off after you've been established for a while. Did you get a copy of that as well?
I don't think I did, Robin, but I think I saw it on the actual Meetup site. You know, when they've got notifications and that type of thing. So how do I get it to my email, Robin? Directly?
Sure. Currently it's going to the main email, the Sirimangalo International @gmail.com.
Okay.
I'll see if there's a way to have 2 copies sent, because I always intend to go in and forward things, but I don't get in there as quickly as I intend to. So maybe there's a way to get that to go to 2 people. So you'll get those right off the bat. I think it had some suggestions for what to do at the 3-month mark, but it has been a little bit slow to start out. But there's no reason to think that it won't happen. Because certainly there are a lot of people in the area, and there's every reason to believe that these Saturday Day of Mindfulnesses can be accomplished and go.
I think it's because it's the new year. Maybe people, they're doing other things. Maybe later on, they'll probably turn up. So they know it's open from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. So
yes,
they know all of that. So let's see what happens.
Yeah. And Anthony's suggestion about the bathrooms, that's crucial, because once you have more than a couple people there, having only one bathroom is really tough. Absolutely.
Yeah, Anthony, you were concerned about like washroom or?
Yep. Yeah. Having more than one washroom would be.
Yeah, I just when we have 2-3 meditators. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
I think when we find a place, for sure, kitchen area should be a little bit, away, because we might, if we're going to prepare meals, then right now it's a kind of problem, because as I said, there's smellies all around there, and then when we open the door, actually, when I was outside and then coming in, and then I feel, it's really bad smell inside. And Bante was asking me one time, and then I try to figure out what's wrong there. And then later on, I figure out, because I cooked not heavy cooking, like just one curry something, I used the fan too. I turn on the fan, but even though that the smell is inside.
Yeah.
So that's one,
I know what you mean. It's a bit of a conflict with meditators because they're unable.
yeah, indeed.
They're not.
Yeah, indeed.
They're not eating after noontime, but you are. You're not. So you're. Or I assume you're not. I assume you're cooking in the evening for yourself. So that does make it a little tough when all the food smells are going out to
Yeah.
the meditators who are probably starving.
Yeah, and then I cannot turn on the extra pan too. And I'm not cooking actually all the time too. I mean, I just cook actually one curry or two curry, maybe sometime like let's say two or three times per week, one or two curry. And even though like that smell is here, actually Bante was asking why is this smell, and then a whole day it's like it's really bad. I think I was cooking cauliflower actually, and I was why the first day that smell is maybe a little bit good, and then even we have a ventilation, we have a fan, the whole building, we have a fan that take out the air. But even though it doesn't take out, then so we had to spread something and keep open the window, and then so
Yeah.
I'm just concerning, like for sure we need to find the kitchen area far away from the open space, like where we used to use for meditation somehow.
Hmm. Yeah, sometimes places have, like my house has the kitchen actually has a door, you can close it off.
Oh,
It's not the more modern open floor plan is, is quite a lot different, but mine you can actually close the door. So,
oh, that.
But
doing something like that, there's so many concerns too. I mean, definitely looking for a place that's affordable to the organization and close by McMaster and has multiple bathrooms. So, having a kitchen that's
Actually, I don't know. My opinion, I don't know, Anthony. Too okay, I guess. Not really bad. Like right now, me, Bante, and then there's another meditator, right? So we didn't have any conflict. Conflict, conflict mean like when I'm looking washroom, it's already open. I mean, it's
Yeah,
already available.
you're right. There's no
Sorry,
conflict
Anthony. I
right
just
now.
said like.
I'm just thinking that I said you're right that there's no conflict right now, but if there were more meditators, it could be an issue.
Okay, for
Also, we
sure.
should be thinking about the number of rooms that we have available. So they're just considerations for the next location, that's all.
Yeah,
definitely.
no, I mean it's all right. Like let's say if we have, I mean if we have two meditators right now, one meditator, right? So he's there right now 1.5 months. No, 1 month, right? 1 month. Yeah, 1 month. So still we don't. I mean I think still we can facilitate for another meditator with this facility. One or maybe two. I'm okay. I can. I have a lot of flexibilities. So whatever resources we to use. I mean, yeah, of course, and then like if we concern more than three meditators, yes, we need to have at least three washrooms. But I figured out actually even meditator somehow the person meditator he needs some time to make eggs or something. But even they're going to make something that smell out there, and then they can't meditate too. You know what I mean? Like, they cannot focus on their
Yeah.
Right,
stomach.
so maybe the essence of that is that if the kitchen is away from everything else, that would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm. Yeah, that's the whole point. I think that's for sure. I screw up actually. I mean, stuff, right?
but
Cooking basically.
for us search online, we won't be able to see where the kitchen. I mean, it usually doesn't show floor plan for us to see if the
I
kitchen
hadn't
is
thought.
far away from other rooms or it has windows or it has doors. Yeah.
We had to talk to them. When we are finding the place, then we have to. Especially, I think that's kind of number one, I guess.
Yeah, somebody would definitely have to go out in person and and inspect it and make sure. But but we can probably still narrow things down online because from the
I,
sound of it, with the owners of the home selling the home, there's a good chance
yeah,
that
my concern is that. That's one. Other thing is, I mean, as I said before, and then like. Healthy food location. I mean, at least one healthy restaurant, like not vegetarian. Healthy food is right now the number one thing. Um,
How's the weather there, Aruna? Have you guys gotten any snow yet?
No, it's not.
It's nice and
No.
warm.
Yeah, it's warm and then a little bit rainy today.
Yeah, rainy here as well. We've had a very warm winter, very little snow, just one.
It is, yeah.
We had been talking about getting a snow blower, but it seems like we can probably not even worry about that this year.
Yeah, I met the person yesterday. I got his contact number. I remember we were talking about the person we supposed to get his support for snow removing. He's just living close by, but I can give you his contacts. But we have to get maybe references about him, like if we're going to, ask, get him into the society. I mean, to the center. Because literally he's homeless, kind of.
So you can contact him if it does snow to help shovel.
I can pretty easily contact him. Like I listened yesterday when I walked to post office and then I saw him and I got contact information and then so on. Look like he's good, but he's in for long term. I think if it is going to be turned out to a good, and then it's going to be a good person. But I thought like I'm going to ask him like give me a couple of references, then I can talk to him and we can talk. I mean not on me, because in case if he's a homeless, if he's going to do stealing kind of thing, then we gonna have hard time, right?
Right.
But if she just do the shoveling, he finish the job and then you pay for it. It's very simple. He doesn't even need to come into the house.
Yeah, Tina, like not only showering, but I was thinking like let's say if you want to order some food or something like, if you call him, then, whatever kind of support we need, like, couple of things like sometimes we have, but I think until we figure out something that we have to do here, right? Sometime, actually, at least once in a month, we need to clean all the, whole thing. Clean the room, even washroom and
Clean the house. Oh.
yeah, inside sometime because I don't think Bante have time. Because Bante have enough time. I don't think. If I'm not here, if I'm here, of course we don't need to worry about it. And then sometime we get a couple of things. I think we might need to get someone who is in local and then say, please can you visit and do some like a 1 hour, 2 hour job there. Once in a week, I guess.
What we were meeting with prior to the volunteer meeting now, we were meeting in the administration committee, just looking at the budget and the estimate of what it costs per month to run the monastery is about $3,000, 3,000 Canadian dollars, with most of that being the rent, of course, $1,600. But the rest are all the other little things, the electricity, other utilities, anything and everything. Jeff one of our other volunteers, has put into a budget and is his estimate based on the receipts received of the last few months. So currently it's costing about $3,000 per month to run the monastery. So what we were looking at the budget for were ways to trim expenses. So as far as adding expenses, we just have to be a little cautious with that. Because
I was thinking
to time, but right now, as we know, the first fundraiser collected enough funds to pay the monastery through June, but not much has been received after that. So we do have to do another fundraiser and make sure that we have, ongoing support to continue to pay for the costs of the monastery. Again, about $3,000 a month. That's in U.S. dollars. That's only about $2,000. It's about $2,100 U.S. dollars. So, it's not a huge amount, but it's a considerable amount. So just want to be cautious about adding on.
Sure.
As many things we can, encourage people to volunteer to do would be.
I think we need to talk about that thing. I think we need to do some kind of analysis, like why that much basically. So I was thinking, wow, how much I can control. Actually, I control a lot. I think Anthony, you guys know, right? So,
I
for
think
example,
you help
yesterday
all
too,
the
when I
time,
was,
Aruna. Thank. I think you help all the time.
sorry, really?
We know that you're helping out all the time. That you're.
No, not only my help. I mean, help is just something, just simple. But I don't think it's like help. I mean, that's what I do. Even I'm away here, like, I used to, be around with the people, just do whatever I can do. So, I mean, let's say in terms of reducing costs, like, I mean, for example, yesterday when I was running to, I was sending a rob. Yesterday I went to Canada Post. So I could buy a box, right? So what I did, I just make a box over here. So then I save everything, something like that, for everything. Like yesterday, when I was buying cake, actually I was buying only two, but I could go to another one. But I think Bante was asking too, like, is it enough? And then I said, okay, maybe. Um, then that saved like $15 too there, I think. Like that, like I was surprised, like, actually for the food, I think in the category, like, I saw like, so 300. I think that's 300 not only for the, when I buying some food for the Bante or meditator, but that 300 is not totally for them. But I think this including that for we are buying some food for some thing for events, right? Hello. So yeah, I try to reduce as much as I think, but still, I think we need to talk about different categories, I guess. Why we are getting this much from different categories? I believe it's going to be more than this amount in future, I guess. I don't know. I mean, because
So, sorry, I don't know if maybe I missed a part of the discussion, but was the water discussed? We had a $50 expense on water.
oh yeah, right now it's going to be actually that's for water, like last time $50. Yeah, like six. Is it $6 for 1 gallon? Six, no.
Right, but I think a lot of that expense was due to the taxi trip to get the water. So if we can
Okay.
find other ways that don't involve taxi, that would be good.
Oh. And then I don't know. I cannot talk that much, but for some events, I think I don't know if we're talking about account. I mean budget. We need to talk about something. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I think it's going to be expensive if you're going to hosting a kind of big event. That cost we cannot count as a, I mean, it's still, I mean, it's an organization thing, but,
Yeah.
let's say if you have, this month we might have a 3 events, like, the 20, 30 people, right? So then that cost going to be, it's not a general cost, it's going to be different. Like usually we don't have that much. I mean, we didn't have, right? So let's say if you have two, 3 events this month, so then the cost is going to be so high. So let's say the next month we might not have for sure. Yeah. We have an event like once in a while, right?
Yeah, now Robin is
So
gone, so I don't know what's happening now.
I think we shouldn't add the amount we spend for the event into the general budget. I think it should be a different. I mean, still it's a different category. I would say.
Aruna, why don't you write this down and then can present it to Robin?
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. What do you think, Anthony?
I totally agree.
Yeah.
If
What do you
we
want to
just
say?
talk about it here, we may forget.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, what should I write down? Like you saying basically how.
What you've just talked about so far, just
Yeah.
put it in bullet points.
Okay. I don't know what.
It won't take you long, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Sorry.
There was another thing that I was thinking about. I wonder if any of you have ideas about this. Is signage around the kitchen and front area, donation box, etc. I know we don't want meditators reading too much, but if there's
Yeah.
basic information, people can it's easier. Just one example I'm thinking of is the garbage. People don't know the garbage/recycling distinction. So if we had a sign for that,
I think that's a good
it
idea.
doesn't be complicated too. Just maybe print out something in big letters.
And laminate it or something, and then.
That's an idea. It could look more official.
Yeah, just laminate it.
I can something too. I think some meditators they don't really. I don't know. It's weird to talk about this kind of thing. But anyway, they might a little bit think about the cleaning, or I think Anthony had a little bit talk about it too, right? So
right. So maybe when people first come to the monastery, maybe we can just tell them, if you do your dishes right away, it's for the best.
Yeah. So I mean,
that way it's easier for everybody.
Don't let all the plates pile up.
Yeah, because that has happened to Aruna. He has had to. He's been left with the dishes a few times.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's not fair, really.
Yeah.
So maybe an orientation.
Orientation, yes.
That's a good idea, Tina. Yeah, like orientation, 20 minutes
But
or something.
then we would need somebody to give the orientation, and we don't have anybody besides Aruna for that.
That's true. That's true.
So hello, this is Hemant. I just need to leave. I just want